Ha ha ha. It is I, the fabulous all knowing Swami. You guys, I can't help it. Don't get all mad. You're always like, shut up, shark. Quit boosting yourself. Now, what do you want me to do? Just say, hello. It's the insane, inane, insipid, horrible, boring, recklessly lousy Clark the Shit Show. It's horrible. Don't watch it. Now you guys are like, well, that's more like it, Shark. You're being accurate, finally. Okay, here on the deplorably awful, tastelessly banal, inane, insipid, nincompoop, known as idiot Clark the Shark, the Clark the Shit Show. You guys, there, is that accurate enough for all of you critics out there? And you guys are like, finally, Sharky does it correct. All right, are you happy now? Anyway, Clark the Shark. It's a beautiful Monday. Do. There's birds outside. It's November 25. And look at it out there, you guys. It's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. You guys emailed me. You're like, Shark, you're a good singer. I'm like, dude, I was just joking. I wasn't really singing last night. And you guys are like, no, Sharky, you should try out that singing thing. I'm like, oh, well, I mean, Greenhouse Effect, GE, she's a bitch, and then you live. And I'm not giving you royalties, Dave. God, dude, Dave, he tells people in the South Bay or wherever he is, Simi Valley, he's all, I wrote that song with Shark, and Shark's made millions of dollars, hasn't paid me anything. That's what they say up in the South Bay, Redondo, Torrance, Hermosa. Go into the Hermosa Saloon or any bar, and they're like, Clark the Shark's made millions of dollars. He's in that crypto thing in Malta. And, like, he doesn't pay us anything. The Hermosa Saloon wants royalties for that video, you guys. August 16th, 1991. They've got like a plaque on the wall, like Clark the Shark, he was here. The legend, the man, the myth, the epic, honorable Judge Sharky. I'm not here to toot my own horn, you guys, about my favorite subject, Clark the Shark and GE, or Clark the Shark Talk Radio. You guys, that's not what this is a beautiful day. Monday, November, I guess it's 25. Thanksgiving's coming up. And I'm sure in the South Bay and my black family in Gardena or Athens are all having a party. But the best part of the parties in the South Bay, and now with my black family too, is Clark the Shark's not invited and he's not there. I actually love being hated, not invited, you guys. And at my funeral someday, you guys could all tell the truth and say, for some unknown reason, we just didn't like Shark, or Shark was egotistical and we didn't like him. What the fuck do you guys care if someone's egotistical? I mean, look at me, you guys. I'm beautiful. Who wouldn't be? 5'6". And look at this fucking Jimmy Durante nose. And then they tell me, Shark, you're part Indian. Your dad was like, Gary was Indian. The lady, Sylvia Garcia or Sylvia Gonzalez. I think that's Mexican, you guys. My grandma was either Mexican or Indian. My great-grandma, or great-great-grandma, Sylvia. And they say she was Indian. You guys, her name's like Sylvia Garcia. I don't think she was Indian, but you know how folklore, legend. I don't know if Mexicans have big nose like me, Clark the Shark, but if I am part Latino, wouldn't that be ironic, you guys? How everyone says I hate everyone, and I hate blacks, and I hate Hispanics, and I hate people of color and foreigners. Oh, and then I married a black lady, Valita, for 30 years. Dude, you guys. Actually, my black family up in Gardena, Athens, they all hate white people and joke about how white people are unfair and they hate Trump and they hate white people. And I don't ever sit around saying, "Oh, I hate black people." Dude, I don't do that here on the Clark the Shark Show. I love everyone. You can go to the church at St. Lawrence in Redondo Beach, talk to the guy at the band, that sings at the Sunday 6 p.m. or 5 p.m. mass. He'll be like, "Oh, Clark the Shark, I taught him guitar. He's legendary." And if you ask him, do you think Shark really invented grunge, or is he just living in his own little world again, his pipe dream fantasy land? And the guy at St. Lawrence will be like, "Oh no, Shark, if Shark said it, it's true." Right here on the Clark the Shit Show, 1-800-449-8255, the fabulous golden EIB Sharkerphone. Worldwide, you guys, syndicated #1 on WABC radio. #1 on Mars, Mercury, the planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, Neptune, but especially Uranus, Clark the Shark, the Swami, the seer, the psychic, clairvoyant. I know people's birthdays when I walk up to them and they're like, "April 5th. Remember the guy Alex in the South Bay? I'm all April 5th. And then I've done that with 50 other people. Or I got to tell you guys a story. I was driving by one of those memorials. You know how our friends from the Latino community, now I'm not being racist here, but they don't know how to drive very well. Kind of like Haitians, they drive 150 miles an hour everywhere. They tailgate you. They're impatient behind you, trying to pass you on the right and left with high beams blaring at you. And you're already going 100 yourself. And Speedy Gonzalez behind you, he don't fucking care. He's still trying to pass you or cut you off or something. But there's memorials, flowers, all around my town, San Diego, of where our friends from Poland, Ukraine, Russia, India have killed people driving too fast, DUIs, reckless, high beaming, tailgating. We have these little roads like Gopher Canyon here, Pala, North County, San Diego, dangerous roads. But dude, the foreign people they have a driver's license that Jerry Brown, Gavin Newsom, and the Democrats gave them, but they're not a U.S. citizen. Yet they drive and they kill people because they don't know how to drive well. I'm not knocking them, you guys. This is true. It's like saying Asians don't know how to fucking drive. Duh. You're not being racist. It's a fact right here on the Clark the Shit Show. And then there's plenty of white people, Trump voters who we know from the redneck community that aren't very bright. Some of them have big trucks and, and like my brother Huck type people, maybe not him, but people like that from, Nebraska, Arkansas, Alabama, and they don't know how to drive very well either, but they're probably more reasonable about it. Like if a cop pulls a white dude over and says, "Dude, slow down," the white person's probably more inclined to slow down and drive better or more courteous or something. But they drive like shit too, especially white teenagers, as we all know. They get stoned on weed, they get drunk, they don't know how to drive anyway. And, white people aren't very smart to begin with. They got the attention of a goldfish. Even if they have a college degree, they're still voting for Kamala or Obama or Bill Clinton or Biden or John Kerry. So I'm not here to tell you white people are bigger and better. They might be tall, good looking, have parents that love them, get college degrees, go on to drink coffee all day and make $200,000 a year doing nothing type of people. That doesn't make white people better than anyone. We're all equal, you guys. I'm just telling you the faults of each type of person here on Earth. Black people robbing people, raping people, killing people, threatening people. Step outside, nigga. Come on, like that. Dude, I'm not being racist. I'm telling you a fact. Or you go drive Uber Eats at 2 a.m. and some gangbanger guy's like, show respect, dog. And I'm like, what? I'm giving you your Jack in the Box. It's 2 a.m. And the guy's walking outside to my car saying, yo, show respect. So I'm not being racist, dude. Like, I'm just telling it like it is. All right. I'm not, I know the liberals don't want to hear this. And I know Liz Cheney type Republicans and Mitt Romney don't want to hear the truth. But it's true here on the Clark the Shit Show. But I'm not here to talk about racist black people in Gardena and Athens who hate white people. And they hate me, Clark the Shark, for no reason. And I'm in love with a black girl who I married her, you guys. Yeah, you guys don't give a shit. Even God's like, I don't care, Shark. You're bad. You're evil. And you deserve all the bad, Shark. Unless you go to confession and go to Holy Communion and be a good, get down on your knees and worship who, dude? What? Worship a guy that got nailed to a cross? Dude, you guys should all be worshiping Clark the Shark. I'm 5'6", and people hate me. That's like better than Jesus or something. I don't know. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about the pitfalls, pratfalls, and folly of planet Earth or racism or any of that stuff, or how particular people don't know how to drive and you guys can't handle it. I'm here to talk about a court case in Inglewood where today I wrote to the ACLJ, Jordan and Jay Sekulow, and also Fox News. It was a party email. You know, one of those mass emails that Clark the Shark writes where I write to like 15 people at once. And I basically spelled out the case that I went to court. The guy made up a false restraining order against me just to get me out of the house. That was his reasoning. And now the guy has signed documents with the old lady who's incapacitated, his mother. She had a stroke. I'm the one who drove her to the hospital, by the way. Yeah, the racist Clark drove an old black lady to the hospital and saved her life. Not only did I save her life, I saved her house. I paid like $3,000 to fix the plumbing. Otherwise, the house was going to get red tagged by a guy named John from Restorers, and not just him. LA County inspector was like, you better fix this plumbing, somebody, or we condemning and red tagging the house. So Clark the Shark paid $2,500 of my greenhouse effect GE crypto money, and I saved their house. Yeah, I did. Racist, prejudiced Clark, who hates everyone, saved a black family's home in Gardena, California. Yeah, you guys, it's true. And I'm married to a black lady, but I'm still racist according to liberals in Torrance. Oh, they're experts, or maybe at CNN, Fox News, or you guys, When some black guy says, step outside, nigga, to you, then you'll know, dude, that black people are racist. And that's why they call each other the N-word, dude. And call me the N-word. And I'm white, dude. Don't fucking give me that shit that it's affection or we love each other, so we call each other the N-word. No, I think it's because they hate white people and they hate themselves too. Right here on the Clark the Shit Show. Am I right or am I right? Yeah, I'm fucking always right. Right? Right, exactly. Here on the Sharky Show. But anyway, the guy on the stand at Inglewood said I scratched his eye. I served him with my own restraining order, and I just was literally 15 feet from him. And I said, here you go, sir. And I placed it on he was standing in a room with a bed. Swear to God, you guys, I'm not lying. And I gently placed it on the bed and said, you're served. And so he told the judge in the court that I scratched his eye. And the judge said, do you have any medical proof? And he said, no. And then me being the wisecracking Sharky, I was like, of course not. He lying. He doesn't have. And the judge was like, well, she didn't believe him. And then he said other things too. It's embarrassing, you guys. I don't want to say like all the things he said, but the judge didn't believe a word of this guy. And he said all this stuff, said I call people the N-word, never have once. Imagine that, you guys. I live with black people for 4 years or something with skin cancer, SSDI. Can't go out in the sun, you guys. I'm indoors here. Doctor's orders, basically, or they tell me I got to wear a ton of sunscreen. Got this big fucking thing on my left wrist right now. This thing, you guys, check this shit out. This thing. Here, that big fucking thing, you guys. See it on the wrist. I've showed that to the crypto guys in Malta too. They don't care. Crypto guys, dude, I got skin cancer. I've had 16 removals. I'm a swimming pool guy. You guys, a pool cleaner. You know IPSA, swimming pools, remember? Clark the Shit Show. Everyone's like, we got bigger problems than you, Shark. We're bigger, we're better. I got a mortgage. My grandma's dying. Dude, my mom nearly died when I was 13. No one cares about that. My mom, Joanne, nearly died when I was 13, you guys, of cancer. I don't even know how she survived. But that isn't even in the top 20 of shark misery. I'm just telling you, for all you people out there that say shark hasn't suffered, or, I was born with a disease where half my body was paralyzed. And they used to make fun of me. My brothers, family, kids at Parkway, Newton, South High, for all kinds of stuff. Call me names. Dude, my mom almost died. My family fucking hates me or something, or ignores me or something. And I'm supposed to roll with it, jump on the grenade. And oh, by the way, my new black family in Gardena, Athens, Los Angeles, doesn't like me or something. Right here on the Clark the Shit Show. They never liked me. I used to go over there back in 2004 when I had a house, a car, a job. I worked for the douchebag swimming pool guy named Weenie. That's his real name, by the way, Weenie. I'm not kidding, you guys. You've heard of Anthony Weiner and Michael Weiner, also known as Savage. But this guy's fucking name is Weenie, and that's his real name. I worked for him, and all this fucking guy did was complain. Even though I got up at 4 a.m. in the morning for the guy for years, took pictures of every pool, videos on my iPhone, Android, or before that, we used to have Fuji pictures. Or we would go to like Rite Aid or CVS and develop swimming pool pictures to send to the other guy to prove we were there. And then later, there were flip phones and then Androids, and it didn't matter. I had all the proof I was there, and he'd be like, you weren't there. You weren't there at the pool, Sharky. Even though he knew darn well that I was. And this guy wasn't trying to get out of paying me. He was just a dick. He had plenty of money or something. Just having fun, like they do with Clark the Shark right here on the Clark the Shit Show. My show is going to get better and better. Someday someone will pick me up and I'll have a background and all this good shit for YouTube. And someday I'll be famous or something, and then I'll reveal more about the South Bay and name names and family names. And dude, you'd be like lucky to be dead or something, like after Clark the Shark gets through with you here on the Clark the Shark Show, or you'll like want to jump off a cliff or something, because I'll wreck your life when I get famous someday. That's my goal. And God's like, knock it off, Sharky. And I'm like, no, God, do not cast your pearls. Do not cast your pearls, remember? And God's like, no, Sharky, I didn't mean it like that. Like you're out for revenge. You're out for blood. You're out for justice. You're out for something. But dude, look what they fucking did to my life. I could have married Tanya. I could have married Cindy. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. The good Lord wanted me with a black lady. Probably, I don't know. But, the girls I could have had if my family wasn't so fucked up. But then again, maybe not. I mean, I'm 5'6" and shit. Who knows? I mean, maybe that trumps everything. I know once I was young and had a lot of money and was ambitious and all this shit. And then later got on the internet, with the music thing and got real big and all that. And, maybe it was bad or something, or I don't know. But God's like, you need to be humbled, Shark. Humility. Dude, what good is humility, humble? What does it do? I mean, what does it do, God, really? God's like, because I want it, Shark. I want you to be mellow. I'm like, you want Clark the Shark, 5'6", this little firecracker of energy, to be mellow and back down and be meek? Is that what you want, God? He's like, yeah, dude, be mellow, just be nice. And then what's funny and ironic is I am. Everyone I go up to, I'm like, hey, man, what's up, bro? It's Clark the Shark. And they don't like me. They're looking at me like, like that, dude. All my life, 30, 40, 50 years. I'm 60 years old. That's all I ever get. People like, you know, like that, dude. Right here on the Clark the Shit Show. But I'm not really talking about that. I'm talking about the court case in Inglewood, May 25, 2023, where two people lied about Clark the Shark. It's beautiful out there. That is beautiful. Monday, November 25. It's a great day for Putin, maybe to nuke us or something. That would be awesome. I would like that. God would see me and be like, Shark, you should not have wished that. And I'll be like, well, God, I mean, look at my life, man. He's like, so what, Sharky? We all got it bad. Now I'm like, I don't know if they got it as bad as me, Clark the Shark. And he's like, Sharky, there's like people in wheelchairs and shit. Dude, you ain't got it bad. I mean, look at Stephen Hawking. I'm like, dude, you might be right, God. But anyway, I'm here to talk about the court case in Inglewood, Emily and Ann. That's not his real name. I'm just going to call him Ann. And Ann lied about me. And then a lady named A, I'm not going to say her name, she lied about me too. Really malicious, racist lies they said about me. And now they're bragging about it. They threw a party yesterday, and the guy's like, I made it all up about Clark the Shark. I just had to get him out of my house so I can throw in-home care. Dog, yeah, nigga. I throw in-home care and shit, motherfucker. You want to step outside, nigga? Yeah, dude. Oh, you want to step? Well, you tell the judge you said that to me, bro? I'm just like, you know what this guy did? He came over to my house where I live, and there's this girl who's my wife's sister, and she has a drug problem. You know, when she's sober, she's a really nice lady, and her and me are buddies. I like the lady. She's a little, kooky, but I still like her. But when she's drunk or high on crack or weed, she turns into a fucking asshole. She'd come and beat on my door 4 a.m. when I'm asleep. And usually I don't say anything. I just stay like scared in there. And you look at me, you guys know I'm not lying. I don't yell at people. I'm a mellow dude. It's all, hey, bro, it's Clark the Shark. What's up, man? That's who I am. But people are like, we know what's in here, Shark. In your brain, you're not mellow. But I am. I'm always mellow and nice, loaning people money, that kind of guy. I'm cool. But people are bound and determined, like, no, Clark the Shark, we don't believe that. It is true, you guys. Ask God or pray to God. You'll find out it's true. But what I'm saying is this lady is kind of a menace when she's drunk, stoned, and doing crack or something. Or she's just got bad problems. Plus she has all these health problems or something. But the guy N would come over, take the lady's clothes, throw them outside, yell at the lady. He even physically attacked this lady several times, which I told the judge, Emily. And one time, just this one time, I went out there and I said, hey, man, leave her alone, bro. What are you doing? He was disparaging her, the way he was yelling at her and speaking to her. And me, Clark the Shark, I never get involved in fights. I'm kind of a big pussy, like a softie. And when there's two people fighting, dude, I usually run the other way. I don't step in or anything. But this time, this guy was disparaging this lady who is my wife's sister. And I went out there. I was like, hey, man, come on, dude. And I was even being kind of polite. I was like, hey, you guys, chill. Come on, bro, knock it off. I was like that. I wasn't being a dick or anything. And then the guy got in my face and starts walking at me. And I'm all, hey, dude, chill. Don't yell at the girl. That's all I'm asking. And he's like, you want to step outside, Negro? You want to step outside, nigga? I swear to God, that's what this guy N said to me at my residence where I live. And all I was doing was like, hey, leave her alone, bro. And I wasn't being a dick or anything. I was being nice. And it's true. Now listen to this next part. So then I backed off and I'm like, whoa, this guy's crazy. And I ran in my room, because I got cancer and shit and 16 surgeries. Like I, was like, this guy's like a psycho. And I went in my room, and then the guy followed me, and I shut the door behind me and locked it. And the guy tried to kick in my door, chasing me into my room, which I told the police at Imperial Sheriff's near Gardena, Athens, Los Angeles. I must have called the police on this guy, and it seems like 20 times. It probably wasn't that many, but it was a lot. And I also told the judge there were lots of fights there before I ever lived there involving the police. I said, there's been lots of fights here. Like, N tried to tell the judge, the police will come and shoot us, black people. And I'm like, maybe you black people need to be fucking not assholes. 1-800-449-8255, the Clark the Shark Show. And the judge was like, well, he, has a right to, he protect himself. He can call the police, or like the judge in the court hearing was going my way. And she was like, you don't have anything that rises to the level of a restraining order. She said that to not just to him, to N, but she said it to the lady too. And these people still kept lying, still kept saying, desperately trying to say lies about me to get me out of the house, till finally I started yelling, but it wasn't that loud. The cop said I wasn't loud at all. I was being reasonable, just protecting myself passionately and being, defensive like one would be when they're telling lies about one in a court of law. I was just stepping up and like, hey, man, kind of like when the dude attacked a lady in the house and I stepped up for the lady in court. I wasn't being a dick or anything. I was just being perfectly reasonable. And the cops even said, you weren't doing anything bad. And the cops, when we walked outside, after a lady put the RO on me, the cop said, that was bullshit. We're going to put in a report on Miss Emily. She shouldn't have done that. That's the truth, you guys. The cops put in a report that she didn't give me my witnesses. I had 9 witnesses outside. And she didn't, she didn't give me my witnesses. I had my wife and my wife's brother that were going to witness against their own brother who was making up bullshit against me, you guys. I mean, come on, you guys. It's true. Yeah, it is what it is, you guys. They were lying about me in court. Who wouldn't get mad? I didn't get that mad. I was being mellow. And the lady's all right, Mr. Higgins, and I thought she was going into her chamber to dismiss it. And she comes out with an RO. And even the police, the sheriffs in the courtroom were in shock. They were like, one guy was like pale, like, what are you doing? These 2 people are lying about Mr. Higgins. And at one point in the courtroom, 2-3 of the cops went over and looked at these 2 people, and mainly at the one guy, and were standing between us. I never forgot that. And they weren't mad at me or looking at me. They were looking at them as if like, we know you're lying. You 2 are lying about Mr. Higgins. You're making this whole thing up just to get him out so you can take over the house or something. And I wasn't doing anything to steal their house or anything. I was just trying to like protect the old lady from the guy, because he's been to jail. I told the judge that he's been to jail many times. And one of the times he went there, I put him there because he stole my credit card a long time ago. They maxed it out, bought all these shoes at Foot Locker on my credit card and maxed it out. Yeah, dude. Did Clark the Shark steal anything from him? No. He stole my credit card. And, dude, he and all these other people around the United States online, and he went to jail. He's been to jail maybe 3-4 times for shit, this guy. Me, never. I told the judge, this guy been incarcerated. This guy has a record. I'm just some dude on SSI in the house with cancer. And he lied and said I'm an in-home patient, which I'm not. And they lied, both of them, and said me and my wife aren't married, which me and my wife are legally. San Marcos, California, courthouse, married. Really? What, you guys were telling the judge Clark isn't married to Valida? Really? That's a lie. How many other lies did they tell? I want to talk about some of these lies, but they're pretty embarrassing, you guys. I walk in a towel to go to the shower, and so the guy says I walk naked. Really? You guys, dude, I'm white. I'm 5'6". I mean, when it's not in action, you know what they say, dude. I don't want to show. Really, dude? Fucking, that's a lie. How many lies did they tell? And a lot of the time, the judge, Emily, was like, you guys don't have anything worthy of a restraining order. She's all, none of your stuff rises. It's just garbage. And the one guy, I swear to God, you guys, he actually gave up in the courtroom. And he's all, you know what, Yana? I'm good. He kept pleading the fifth or saying counsel. I'm going to be my counsel on May for another hearing on August 3rd or something. And the judge was like, there is no August 3rd. I'm just going to end this and dismiss it today because it's bullshit. So the judge basically it was weird. She was treating me in court like she was going my way and on my side. And I really wasn't wisecracking or saying much. I was just standing there listening to the guy lie. And the only thing I would say when she spoke to me was, they're lying again, just lying. And I said something about how, it ain't right that these two can perjure themselves and they're my family, lying about me in a court of law. Look at my family, Your Honor, lying about Clark. These two people, they're my family. And the judge is all, why do you keep calling them your family? You're an in-home patient. I'm all, no, I'm married to Valida, who is in the family trust that owns the home. And the one guy even said that to the judge. He said, yeah, Valida in the trust. And the judge, this judge was like on meth or Zoloft or something, or Prozac, because she was patronizing me or something, and then being dismissive of them. And yet she was being mean or something, or being a dick to me, or a bitch. Like, it was like, I'm all, what is this? They're lying. What are we doing here? The guy is saying, all right, Yana, you know what? Forget the whole thing. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to let you forget the whole thing, dude. What the fuck is this shit, this charade we're doing? They're lying about me in court. And then the judge would be like, Mr. Hagens, chill out. I know they're lying. And I'm like, okay, we'll give them a fine, or, arrest them or something, but don't let them lie about me. That's all I was saying. And the judge kept saying, Mr. Hagens, chill out. Don't worry. And I'm like, she wasn't really saying those words, but that's what she was implying. Like, Mr. Hagens, I don't believe them. You're going to walk out of here free, Mr. Hagens. And then she just let the two people keep lying or something. And finally, I'm like, I ain't going to stand for this shit, They're perjuring themselves, lying about me and lying about Clark the Shark. Dude, that's like lying about Alan Lichtballs, or, Alan Lichtman, when you blaspheme him like Cenk Uygur did on TYT. You don't do that against Clark the Shark. I was, like, dude, I was a little perturbed, a little disturbed in that courtroom. But I don't think I yelled that bad. And the police in there, the bailiffs, the sheriff said he didn't at all. And she put it on anyway. The result was I was homeless that night. They were actually saying to the judge, wait, we don't need him to go right away, Your Honor. Like, you let him stay 30 days or 90 days. And the judge is like, oh, no, he's going tonight. And then you don't have Clark around to buy food anymore, or fix the plumbing, or fix the washing machine, or the refrigerator, or the dryer, or the dishwasher. And the guy N knew that. And in that moment, he was like, oh, shit, I'm going to have to go there and watch the old lady now. Clark's gone. So, dude, you really fucked up. So if your life is suffering now, bro, it's your own fault. You stepped in it. You walked right into this shit like an idiot when you made up lies about Clark the Shark. Right here on the Clark the Shit Show. And you too, Mrs. A, lying and being racist. Look what it did. Made me homeless. Me and my wife, it's $3,000 a month rent everywhere. We can't find a home at age 60. Luckily, I have my nephew. My dude fucking lucked out there. And I had that. Yeah, you guys. So what were you trying to do? Put me on the streets, Mr. N, Mrs. A? Over what, dude? So he could forge a deed and take over the house. The old lady had a stroke, right? I drove her to the hospital. You guys, we're going to piece this together. This shit going to be on CNN, Fox News. Jay Sekulow, Jordan Sekulow, Sean Hannity show. I, Clark the Shark, saved the old lady's life. She was having a stroke. I took her to the hospital. Ironically, Torrance, Providence, Little Company of Mary Hospital. Yeah, the one that screwed over my family when my sister Mary signed docs back then in 2009 with my incapacitated mother, Joanne, who had like a stroke and cancer and shit and was dying. And she was in a bed. Well, this guy, now, in recent times, October 2023, February 2022, I don't know, we're recent years, he's been signing docs with the incapacitated lady, old lady who's 90 years old who had a stroke that I drove to the hospital. Not only did I save her life, I saved the house from being red tagged. The house was going to be condemned, and there was human shit all over the floor. The toilets were backing up. The pipes under the house were broken. And Clark the Shark saved the day, like I always do. You know, when people need money, you go right to Clark the Shark because you know he's nice, big softy, pushover, a schmuck, as my wife might say. But, you know, you guys, I'd rather help people get through a tough time and give them a little cash or something just to keep them from having a shitty life like my life, you know, just to make it a little easier right here on the Clark the Shit Show. Yeah, like that, I fixed their house plumbing, saved their house. Two inspector guys said, we're going to have to call 311 Shark. The county of LA shut this house down. But I wasn't going to let that happen to my wife's family's home in Gardena. No way. Not me, Clark the Shark. I saved their home, and they won't even pay me the $2,500 back. And the one lady loaned her son $450, and they won't pay me back. So I think I'll take you guys to small claims court, both of you, in Torrance this time, not Inglewood. And we'll see if you can lie about me at Torrance in the South Bay rather than Inglewood and Emily. And see if you can lie about me then right here on the Clark the Shit Show. So synopsis, to wrap it all up, I saved their home. I saved their mother's life. I drove her to Providence Little Company of Mary Hospital. And look at the way my family treats me. You guys, look at these people. That's all I was saying to the judge. These are my family. And the judge is like, why do you call them your family? I'm like, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. No, but dude, the judge, you know why the judge said that is because Mrs. A and Mr. N were saying me and Valita aren't married. That was one of their tactics in the courtroom. Another lie, you know. And the judge actually had the audacity to say, Mr. Higgins, you got your marriage certificate? I'm like, what? You talking about? That we never planned for that. I didn't think that was going to come up. She's like, sure, you know, what if you are an in-home guy, Clark, and you just don't want to pay or just, you know, I'm like, what? No, dude, I pay for everything in the house. When there's a barbecue, 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Veterans Day, Memorial Day, Clark the Shark pays for it. And not only that, the plumbing, the sink, the bathtub, shower, the stove, oven, washing machine, dryer, dishwasher. Clark fixes those. You can ask the guy Rudy. Or you can ask Lanoy. Dude, ask any one of them. The guy Snake died, but you could ask him. He'd tell you, yeah, Clark the Shark pay everything for that house. And this guy, Mr. N, had the audacity to tell the judge that all Clark does is brag about how he takes care of the family. And she said, do you hear him brag? And he said, no, Your Honor, Clark, like, the nigga doesn't brag to me and shit. The nigga bragged to my neighbors, buddy next door, and like he bragged to people. And the judge is all, but does Clark brag to you? And he's like, no, this is just what I heard people like say around Gardena and Athens. Clark, like, this nigga brag about us and shit. Like he take care of all us 9 niggas and like and shit, Your Honor. I'm like, dude, that's what the fucking guy said in court about me, you guys, that I brag and take care of their family. Dude, I don't ever recall bragging that I take care of my wife's family in Gardena. I don't, dude, this is hearsay that other people are spreading. I usually just sit in my room, throwing up or watching the internet or doing the Clark the Shark show all alone, not talking to anyone. And when they have a party, I don't even go out there because they won't talk to me and they don't like me because I'm white or something. Or maybe, just the Clark thing, like in the South Bay. They don't want to talk to me because I tell it like it is. And I don't lie, you guys. I don't tell tales. I'm 5'6", dude. I'm not 6'3". I have no reason or motive to lie. I tell it like it is. What's wrong with that? People in Redondo, Torrance, Palos Verdes, Hermosa Beach,